Alright, let's move on to animate this banner. So I'll use nCloth to simulate the wind animation, and I'll use it to generate a more natural animation. So here I'll select both the pole and the plane, hit Command G to put it in a group, hit EK for rotation, and I'll rotate in 90° along the Z-axis. And I hit W key for move, and I'll move it up, place it here. The reason why I rotate it and let it aim to this direction is because when I apply nCloth property to it, it'll give it gravity, so the gravity will definitely goes down, right? And then I'll give it the wind will go to this direction. So these two forces, they will collide on this plane, and it will generate all the wrinkles, so it'll create a really kind of polished animation onto it. Alright, and after we did the simulation, we can rotate it back. Okay, another thing is with such details I have, I can create an animation with the nCloth. However, it's not very detailed because we don't have many subdivisions here for the wrinkles. So you need more vertices to capture the wrinkles, the deformation. Alright, so we can select this plane and go to mesh, and we can apply a smooth. So you can go to the tool setting and you can reset setting and apply. Oops. Here, I'll apply, and then you'll smooth it one time. Alright, and then I'll select this whole group and go to modify and freeze transformation and add it and delete its history. And then we can select both these two objects and hold down Shift K and hit PK to move it out, and we can delete this group. So now these two models, they are clean models and you don't have any history and don't have any transformation value. And we can select this plane and I'll rename it to banner, and then I'll switch it to FX menu. And with this, select it with the object mode. I'll apply a nCloth, apply, and then if you play here, if you play, and you can see that it's falling down because right now it has gravity, right? And then I can select it and right click, go to the vertex mode and select the vertex on the first row, and I'll apply a unconstraint, transform constraint. So this will block these points from move, so it will keep on the pole. Okay, however this part is still have gravity, so it'll fall down. Right, and then I can give it a longer time, so I can put 400 frames at here to extend the time. And also I will go to the attribute editor, and in the attribute editor you will go to a tab called nuclear, or with attribute editor open you can go to Outlander and just select your nuclear and it'll jump to this tab. And here for the attribute editor, I want to keep the wind direction as 1 on the x value, on the x-axis. So this is x, this is y, and this is z. So what this means is the wind will come from the x-axis. So this is x-axis, right? So the wind will blow in this direction. Okay, and here for wind speed, I'll change it to 60. So now it has wind. Hit return key to confirm the change. And then I'll click on play, and now you can see that the wind is blowing on our flag. Okay, so it looks good, and if you like it, you can just keep all the settings as what you have set. Alright, and now you can see that for nCloth, it is a simulation, right? So if we jump to any of the previous frames, we cannot record the animation at that frame because this is a real-time simulation. So what I'll do is we'll need to ring all of these vertices with a joint to save the animation. Okay, so let me show you how we can do that. So move your timeline back to 0. Okay, and then you'll go to script editor here. Click on that. And for script editor, you'll go to file and open a script. So I have this script for you, so you can just download it from Blackboard, or under the video I'll have a link, so you can just select it and open. Okay, once you open it, the script will be loaded at here. Okay, and then I want you to go to this menu, this tab. See, here are the tools in each tab, right? I want you to go to the FX tab because nCloth is under the visual effects, right? Under the FX. So make sure to click on this tab and then go to File in the script editor and save your script to shelf. Okay, what that will do is, see here, under this tab, if you go down, see, under this tab, it'll add a script to here as an icon. So anytime if you want to use this script, you can just click on this icon to use it. All right, so now I'll select this plane and I'll right click and go to the vertex mode and I'll select all the vertex and I'll apply this script. So what this script will do is it will create a joint on each of the vertex on the plane. So now if I select this flag, as you can see, on each vertex, it create a joint. So these are the joints. Okay, and also it linked the joint to the vertex. So each joint will follow the vertex. So now if I play, you should see the result. However, since I'm recording it, so Maya will not allow me to simulate it again because I run out of the RAM. However, the joints, it should follow the points, and if you click on play, it doesn't seem to follow. Don't worry, it is following. So we'll move on to next step. So here, as you can see, these are the joints we created, right? So you can select all of these joints. Select the first one, hold down Shift, and then click on the next one. So you'll select all of them, and then hit Command G to put in a group, and then we can rename this group to joints. Okay, and then here, make sure your timeline is from frame 1 to frame 400. That's the simulation we have done, right? So put your current time to frame 1, and what you will do is go to tool menu, select and all by type and all joints. So this will select all joints in this scene. Then switch to animation tab, and what we'll do is we'll do something called a bake animation, bake the keyframes. So go to the key and bake simulation, go to its setting. So for hierarchy, make sure you check on selected. So that's all of the joints you selected. Channel as all keyable, so it will create a keyframe on all the channels that is keyable. Okay, and for time range, you want to do the time slider, which is currently what we have here from frame 1 to 400. All right, and here are other settings. So we'll bake this base animation. So what it will do is it'll record each joint, the position at each frame, and it'll create a keyframe. So click on bake. It depends on the speed of your computer. So for my computer, after about half a minute, it will done. So I'll click on bake. The bake simulation is done. You can now see that it saved a keyframe on each joint at each frame, right? So now we've done with the nCloth, and we can go to the outliner and we can generate the nCloth. So before I do that, I'll duplicate this banner. Hit Command D to make a duplication, and then I can select the old one, and then select a new clear nCloth and dynamic constraint. So those are the nCloth loads. So I delete all of them, and then as you can see, I can jump to any frame, and the animation is there. So now basically our joints have recorded the animation we have simulated, and the plane, it doesn't move because we have deleted the nCloth. All right. So now we will select the pole and the plane, and go to display and hide the selection. So we'll focus on the animation, and we'll find a part that we can use as an animation cycle. Okay, so it goes up and then goes down around 220. Okay, so let's try 60 to 220. So here for the range, I'll put a 60 here, and around here I'll put 220. So I'm just focus on this range, and let's see if it is a loop animation. Okay, it's not. So let's see, this is the end, this is beginning. Maybe we can make it longer, so 240 or 280. Okay, 280 to, I think here, 120 should be good. So now if I play, okay, looks much better, right? So I think we'll just do about like 130 maybe goes up, or 125, and it should be very close. And what I'll do is now I'll ring the joints to the flag. Okay, so we'll remember the number here, 125 here. So I'll write it down. This should be 125 to 280. So we'll use this range. Here's the order range I've used. Okay, so go back here and we'll go back to frame 1. Okay, and then I will show the banner. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll go to the top menu, select all by type, all joints, and then go to Aligner and hold down Command key if you're on Mac. If you're on Windows, hold down Control instead. And then I will add the banner, okay, the flag. So with the joints and the plane both selected, we'll do something called ringing. So we'll band them together. So I'll switch it to ringing, and we'll go to skin and bind skin. So go to these options, and you can go to the edit and reset of the setting. And here for band 2, we'll choose select the joints, right? So these are the joints we selected, and apply. So it'll take a few seconds or to 1 minute, depends on how fast your computer can run. So click on that, and see here it rings immediately. So now we are using the joints to drive the flag, right? So now the flag is following. So what I'll do is, here's a frame range I've recorded. So here I'll put the start frame as 1, and here the end frame I'll do 124. Okay, 124, because I want it to start from 125. So and here I'll delete all these keyframes in this range. So I'll go to top menu, select all by type, all joints, and then hold down Shift key, and then click on the last frame, and then just drag with your mouse. You will highlight the whole thing in red color, and then you can do right click and delete. Now we clean the here, and we'll move on to, let's see, 280. So here we'll put 400 first, right? So that's the same to the end spot, and we'll use a 281 for the start frame, and we'll clean this area. So I'll go to select all by type, all of the joints, and then we'll hold on Shift key and click on the first frame and drag and select the whole thing, and then right click and delete. Now we have cleaned the ending part. So now we can switch back to frame 1 to 400. So this is the cycle we want to use, right? So we can go back here, 125, and the ending part is 180. However, I want to use 280, maybe 286 instead. Okay, so I have some place for other stuff. So let's see. What we can do is, with all the joints selected, you can hold down Shift key and then click on the first frame, just one frame, and then right click and copy. So we'll copy that frame and go to 286, right click, and then paste, and paste the first frame to here. So this will make this whole animation a loop, right? The last frame is equal to the first frame. So now let's play and see how it looks. Let me take a look at it again. Okay, I think it looks good. So you can refine it. You can delete some of the keyframes if you don't like the result, or do some changes in the beginning and delete a few frames. So that's your choice. However, for demonstration, I'll move fast. So now I have decided the frame range, right? So that will be the final frame range. Well, from frame 125 to 286. So I'll update it here. So I always have a Word document to record a frame range of my animation. It's just a habit. Then what I'll do is I'll show the pole and make sure all of the joints in this folder and rename it. And then we are ready to export our model for Unity 3D. Okay, so I'll go to the top menu, File, and Export All. So here we can rename it to Banner Demo. Okay, save it as an FBX file, and make sure you check on Animation in the options, and go down below here for FBX file format. Use FBX 2011. This is a very stable format. So export.